Hello and good evening. Welcome to the Scripps Howard News Watch. I'm Megan Key.
And I'm Joshua Senegal. 'Tis the season. That's right, everybody. As you know, next week is Thanksgiving.
That's right, Josh. This is one of my favorite holidays, and it's in less than a week. It's the time of year where families come together to be thankful for each other, food, and football.
I especially love that last one. Football is a great part of Thanksgiving. Food and football. What could be better?
I don't care as much about football, more about food. I just know I love it when I'm able to go home for the holidays. My mom makes this fried turkey that is outrageously good, but it's got me thinking, what about students who aren't able to go home and spend time with their families during this holiday? Do they go home with their friends and spend the holiday with them? Or do they do their own thing here at Hampton University? This week, I decided to take a look at what students around campus are doing for Thanksgiving, a holiday celebrated for being a time to reflect, appreciate what you have, and give to others. Thanksgiving is a relaxing holiday. People tend to unwind and relax with their friends and families, and devour a delicious meal. Or should I say feast? The Thanksgiving feast. The meal that you spend 15 hours cooking only to spend 15 minutes eating. Traditional favorites like turkey, honey ham, cornbread, stuffing, and macaroni and cheese can definitely tempt a college student to come home for the holidays. Freshman Shawnice Wormley loves to spend the holidays at home with her family.
We have dinner, help my mom cook while we watch the parade, Macy's Day Parade. I'm excited. I get to go home and see my family.
Everyone wants to get home for the holidays, but not everyone is able to. Some students face the burden of staying in their dorms for Thanksgiving break. It may not be the coziest place to spend Thanksgiving, but certain dorms at Hampton University are trying to make it as comfy as possible. Moton Hall dorm director Annie Wilkins prepares Thanksgiving dinner for her residents.
I cook Thanksgiving dinner myself, have my family over, and I invite the residents who stay here.
On-campus students may be covered for the holidays, but what about students living off campus, who can't make it halfway across the country for a 5-day break? How will they bear the holidays? Junior Hal McKinley is used to staying in his apartment during the break.
We'll be having Thanksgiving at my house. I'll be hosting it, and I'll be linking up with students from the West Coast who aren't going back home, as well as a couple other pre-alumni regions. And we're just going to potluck it and see where it goes from there. It should be fun.
Whether you're home for the holidays or stuck on campus, you should enjoy your time off from school and make the best of it. Megan Key, WHOV News. Even though students aren't able to make it home, they still find ways to enjoy the holiday.
Yeah, it's great to see their optimism and that they're still enjoying the holiday spirit. This week, Hampton University held its annual Financial Literacy Week. The concept of financial literacy revolves around the ability to understand how money works. With this concept, Hampton University hopes to teach students how to manage and save their money. Hampton's Freshman Studies Department sponsored these events.
For those of you who enjoy the soft sounds of music, it's that time of year again, senior recitals. Music majors are required to hold recitals as a requirement for degree of completion. Recitals began this Monday, and don't worry if you missed out on the smooth serenades, there will be plenty more opportunities throughout the year. For more information, check out the Hampton University event calendar.
A Hampton University senior proves to the world that HU has a high standard of excellence. Out of thousands of applicants, Josh Gopasing was named a Rhodes Scholar finalist. He is a chemical engineering major and a student of Hampton University's Honor College. Gopasing is a high achiever who runs a charity organization with his family back in Trinidad. Gopasing will be among 32 lucky participants that might be able to study for a year at Oxford University in England. For a Hampton University student, it's more than an award, but a lifetime achievement.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It is. It's very awesome. And it's certainly been an interesting week in the markets. I know the Dow Jones closed at more than 16,000 today for the first time ever.
And our Bloomberg correspondent, Lawrence Rigby, has been right in the mix of it all. Lawrence, what information do you have for our viewers?
Absolutely right. Let me tell you, history has been made on Wall Street this week. The Dow Jones has surpassed the 16,000 mark for the first time ever this week. And not to be outdone, the S&P 500 also reached a new high, surpassing 1,800 for the first time. Both indexes are up more than 20% this year, and experts credit the gains to companies reporting bigger profits and the Federal Reserve's stimulus policies. Boeing stock rose most on the Dow on news. The plane maker booked $100 billion in orders at the Dubai Air Show. The 342 orders for Boeing more than doubled the value of those seen by its European rival Airbus, which received just a little over 140 orders worth about $40 billion at the same show. Switching lanes from airlines to automobiles. Move over Honda and Toyota. The Ford F-150 has been the best-selling vehicle in 2013. According to a new Forbes list, Ford sold more than 623,000 F-Series pickups so far this year. That represents an increase of nearly 20% from a year ago. Ford hopes to hold on to the top spot in 2014 with its new design for the F-150. And here's a look at your market numbers for today. And our final word, a recipe for a Thanksgiving Day disaster for some Butterball turkey fans. There's a shortage of large, fresh Butterball turkeys this year. It's all because some farmers who supply Butterball could not get their turkeys to plump up sufficiently. So fresh ones over 16 pounds might be in short supply. Butterball produces around 1.3 billion pounds of turkey meat every year, and 20% of turkeys in the U.S. market alone. I hate to be the one to have to ruffle your feathers. I'm Lawrence Rigby with your Scripps Howard Bloomberg Business Report. Back to you.
I sure hope my mom bought our turkey.
I hope so too. If I don't get turkey this Thanksgiving, there will be trouble.
Yeah, may not be a happy Thanksgiving in the Key household. This next story is making headlines in state news at this hour. Virginia Senator Cray Deeds is in good condition after his son brutally stabbed him Tuesday morning. The senator's son, Austin Deeds, was found shot and dead inside the lawmaker's home. Police believe this was an attempted murder-suicide. State Senator Deeds was flown into the UVA hospital in critical condition. He was stabbed several times in the head and the chest. Right now, investigators are looking into the mental health of his son. According to the Richmond Times-Dispatch, he was given a mental health evaluation under an emergency custody order Monday. Austin Deeds was released because they couldn't find him a psychiatric bed. Toronto Mayor Rob Ford is becoming a household name these days. After admitting that he smoked crack cocaine last year, many are demanding that Ford be ousted of his position. Ford insists that since he is not a crack addict and he did not lie about using drugs, he feels he did nothing wrong and will remain in office.
Do you smoke crack and are you a crack addict? No, I don't smoke crack and I'm not a crack addict. Have I? Yes, I have. So that's what, I didn't lie. I don't smoke crack. I haven't smoked crack in over a year. But did I? But come on.
The deputy governor will be relieving Ford of his duties and temporarily serving as mayor. While Ford is on sabbatical leave, he hosted a television show called Ford Nation, which was with his brother Doug. It only aired for one episode and then it was canceled.
The Isle of Wight Police Department has recently solved a cold case this past weekend. Danny Edwards, a 63-year-old Virginia man, has been charged with the rape of a 13-year-old girl. The Isle of Wight resident has turned himself in for the crime that dates back to 1973. Edwards has been indicted by a grand jury on 2 counts of rape and being held in jail without bond. Although the case was first reviewed in 2004, investigators lacked sufficient DNA to arrest Edwards. However, in June of this year, new technology matched his DNA to a profile in a federal database. Once prosecuted, the police say this will be the oldest case to be prosecuted in the county.
Switching gears, the James River Bridge will celebrate its 85th birthday this week. When it opened on November 17, 1928, it was ranked as the world's longest bridge, measuring nearly 5 miles in length. The bridge connects the peninsula to the rest of the region, as well as to the Ocean Highway route.
When it opened, almost 30,000 people came out to witness its formal dedication. The bridge is credited to changing the lives of commuters by allowing them to look for new jobs and places to live. Thousands of commuters continue to take the bridge today to travel throughout the region.
Now let's take a look at what people are talking about across the nation.
Yes, everyone is talking about weather disasters in the Midwest and in the Philippines. A nightmare of weather has been sweeping the world, starting with the devastating typhoon Yolanda Haiyan that hit central Philippines. The monstrous storm set off a domino effect of casualties stringing across the islands, causing landslides, power outages, and permanent land damage. It also decimated cities and towns where survivors are hungry, dehydrated, or at risk of disease. As of now, the super typhoon has claimed the lives of more than 4,000 people. And jumping from one disaster to another, this one is a bit more close to home. The Midwest of the United States has been ravaged this past week by numerous tornadoes. A total of 65 tornadoes struck, the bulk of them in Illinois. The storms killed 6 people and destroyed at least 70 homes in Illinois alone. The high winds from the storm have knocked out power in several cities in Missouri, Indiana, Michigan, and Wisconsin.
George Zimmerman has dark clouds hovering over his head. Zimmerman was recently charged with aggravated assault, a felony for allegedly pointing a shotgun at his girlfriend. Let's take a look at what happened in the courthouse.
Mr. Zimmerman, do you understand that the reason for your arrest is that it has been alleged that there was a domestic violence-related aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and a domestic violence-related battery and criminal mischief? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Bail for George Zimmerman was set at $9,000. He has posted bail and is free for now, but will have to appear in court on January 7th for his final arraignment.
The Camelot royalty of the 60s played out in rare form in Japan this week. Red carpet, horse-drawn carriages, and cheering crowds. This was the reception for U.S. Ambassador to Japan, Caroline Kennedy. You see her there in this picture taking her first steps toward the Emperor's Palace. Kennedy is the first female U.S. ambassador to Japan. The Japanese chief cabinet spokesman said their people feel closest to her father of all presidents and wanted to offer her a hearty welcome. The 55-year-old lawyer takes the post within days of the 50th anniversary of her father's assassination.
Coming up, find out what HU students are doing to support diabetes awareness in this country.
And later, Stacey Green stops by to tell us what's going on with this erratic weather.
I know.
The weather's been crazy, I don't understand all these tornadoes.
New pet is a rewarding experience. And shelter pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
That's slow. That's slow and below. Look, he's blushing. Seriously.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hampton students were given a chance to save lives this week. Tuesday, Hampton University held a blood drive in the Student Center Cyber Lounge from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. 4 times a year, students are given the opportunity to partner with the American Red Cross and host blood drives on campus. Statistics show every 2 seconds, someone in the United States needs blood, and more than 41,000 blood donations are needed every day. Donating blood is critical and every contribution matters. Good job, Hamptonians.
But the good deeds don't end there. The student leadership program on our campus walked to cure diabetes earlier this month. November is dedicated to bringing awareness to diabetes, including types, risk factors, symptoms, and treatments.
Type 1, type 2, and gestational diabetes are the 3 common classifications of the disease. Here are some tips to lower your risk for developing diabetes: eating healthy, maintaining weight, avoiding smoking, and knowing your family history. I know as African Americans, Megan, we have to keep a particular eye on our health to make sure we don't develop diabetes as well.
Yes, it's very important in the Black community.
It is, and I'm glad to see our Hamptonians coming together for such a great cause.
Matter of fact, speaking of a great cause, many influential Black role models have been seen in the news recently.
Some of our public figures in the African American community have been making a positive influence on our youth this week.
It's good seeing role models in the Black community flourish. Our entertainment correspondent, Kamaya Dabney, has the latest news.
Thanks, you two. I'm so excited to be here. Let's get started with Jay-Z. A few days before his collection launch, rapper Jay-Z released a statement confirming his partnership deal with Barney's and is receiving some flack for doing so. Recently, Trayvon Christian, a Black teenager, bought a $349 belt from the store and was accused of stealing and was later detained by police. Christian's lawyer is saying it was because of racial profiling. Now, the hip-hop icon is being accused of not acknowledging the profiling issue. He responded by saying, I'm in a unique position to use my voice to affect change to this disturbing issue. The easy position would have been to walk away and leave policymaking to others, hoping that someone addresses the problem. Jay-Z said he'll work with the company to get rid of racial profiling. And should I be afraid that Chris Brown has checked himself out of rehab? Chris Breezy made the decision to check himself out of rehab in order to finish his 1,000 hours of community service. What might have seemed like a bad move to some, Chris is still being responsible by going to outpatient rehab to continue to learn about anger management. Hopefully, Chris sticks to the program and gets back on track. And BET's 106 in Park made history this week as our First Lady Michelle Obama graced the music video show. Michelle looked fabulous as she opened up about her very own high school days in Chicago. As our First Lady, she wants to instill the importance of a higher education and to inform the youth that high school is not the last stop. She encouraged the high schoolers to practice what you want to be every day and to start now.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I love seeing our First Lady being so encouraging and caring and encouraging these youth to do the best that they can do.
Yeah, I love it. I'm just going to add it to the list of why I love Michelle Obama.
Absolutely.
We all love her.
It's great seeing the Black community making an impact.
It sure is. Thanks, Kamaya, for joining us.
Thank you for having me, as always.
Don't go away. Your local Hampton forecast is coming up.
And later, Sydney Freisen comes on the set to tell you a heated HU battle.
It's going to happen. We're students.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun?
This is my computer.
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Click it.
Yes.
Okay.
I cursor in between the R and the E. Pressing dot, I want you to just push the period.
She's gonna love me all over again now.
That's That's it. Jamaica, here you go.
Here we go.
Good job.
Alright. Thank you. Thank you. And I did it by myself. Feel smarter.
This weekend, our campus was full with many visitors and activities for the annual open house event. Our very own Leslie Gooden has the latest on this memorable day.
Hampton University's Ogden Hall was pumped and ready for the arrival of their future pirates. It is the season of open house. Many HU students, leaders, and faculty came together to display the university's many talents and achievements. At Hampton University, many students and parents are welcome from all over the country to visit our home by the sea. Here they're giving tours and informationals and see what it takes in hopes of becoming a Hampton University pirate.
Become a part of one of the most dynamic and successful institutions in these United States. Hampton University has a commitment to excellence, to equal opportunity, and to quality education. We offer excellent academic programs and support services for all of our students.
Many student leaders and families continue open house outdoors of the campus as they journey through the home by the sea.
Open house is an open invitation for all students around the country to listen to a student panel and also a panel from our some of our administrative staff, and just to get to let the parents and the students know what Hampton has to offer.
Leslie Gooden, WHOV News.
Thanks, Leslie, for that report.
You know, Megan, as a member of the student recruitment team, it's great to see that everyone got a first-hand look at how much effort everyone on campus puts into such an event, and it's truly inspiring to see.
Yeah, it really is. Well, you know, I bet those incoming freshmen were excited to spend the weekend at Hampton University. We did have good weather this past weekend.
I definitely agree. I wonder how those freshmen will adjust to the Hampton weather, especially if they're coming from the South or the West Coast. Let's see what Stacy has for our local and national weather.
Good evening, Hampton University. I'm Stacy Green with your WHOV weather. I'm outside on Hampton's campus in front of the historic Holly Tree Inn. Students are walking around going to and from classes bundled up. Let me tell you guys, it is cold outside. Temperatures are at about 50 degrees with a low of 45. The wind is in full effect. There are fall leaves everywhere. Definitely fall weather for Thanksgiving, which is right around the corner. Speaking of right around the corner, the Hampton University Pirates will play in their last game of the season against the Howard University Bison. Now, if you're planning on attending this game, there is a slight chance of rain, but let's hope that rain holds up so our Hampton University Pirates can take the win. And now for our national weather.
Our national weather will be mainly cold this week. There will be a cold front crossing the region, causing possible rain with temperatures ranging from 40 to 50 degrees in the northeast. The southern region will be dry with possible scattered showers and high temperatures in the 60s and 70s. The Midwest will see a rain-snow mix with the lowest temperatures in the teens to highs in the 50s. The western region will see some wind chill and cold temperatures in the Denver, New Mexico, Wyoming area. The Los Angeles area will see scattered showers. And now for our 7-day forecast.
Tonight and tomorrow will be partly cloudy with temperatures average in the high 50s and a partly cloudy sky Saturday night with a 50% chance of rain. Sunday will be full sunny skies with a high of 42 degrees and a low of 26. The beginning to middle of next week will have partly cloudy skies and a 60% chance of rain. Next Thursday should produce a full sunny sky with a high of 46 degrees. So there you have it, guys. The weather is definitely cold outside and fall is in full effect. Despite the cold temperatures and wind, we will see some sun next week.
Well, you've heard it here, folks. Stacy Green has given us a full weather report for Hampton and our national forecast.
I'm hoping we don't have to experience any rain this Saturday so our Pirates can win against Howard University.
Well, you know, if the sky is clear and the sun is out, I'm sure this last game the turnout for it will be huge. We might even have some local high school seniors come back and return to Hampton University.
The MEAC volleyball tournament was last week. Sydney Friesen joins us to tell us if the Lady Pirates served that competition.
And that's not the only thing going on with HU athletics, Megan. The battle for the real HU is this weekend. Will the Pirates score a win? Sydney has more after the break. I hope we win that game.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And shelter pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
That's low. That's low and below. Look, he's blushing. Seriously.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
The HU game is this weekend. Megan, are you going?
Oh, of course I am. You know I can't miss our Pirates showing those Bisons who the real HU is.
Well, it's a good thing we have our sports expert, Sydney Friesen, here to let us know the inside scoop on the game this weekend. Sydney, tell us what's up.
Well, guys, let's not get ahead of ourselves. The HU game is what everyone will be talking about. But we have to give a big congrats to our Lady Pirates volleyball team. Theo Dorsey has the story.
MEAC championships are not given, they're earned. The Lady Pirates volleyball team earned its first MEAC championship ever this past weekend over Coppin State. In Coach Karen Weatherington's first year at the helm, the ladies posted a 19-10 overall record while going 10-2 in the MEAC. We here at WHOV would like to congratulate the efforts of the Lady Pirates. Your names and journey will be forever enshrined in the history of Hampton University. Michael Jordan said, "Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence wins championships." Brandon Theo Dorsey, WHOV Sports.
As if the struggle to get to Daytona wasn't enough. Due to airplane troubles, the Pirates took another loss against the Wildcats this weekend. We took on Bethune-Cookman with hopes of winning, but left defeated with the final score of 42-12. One of the main causes for this loss could have possibly been the absence of senior linebacker Delbert Tyler, who unfortunately tore his lateral meniscus during practice. As the season comes to an end this upcoming weekend, we anticipate on beating Howard. We may not be the MEAC champions this year, but if things work in our favor this weekend, we'll be tied for 4th with Morgan State. Be sure to come out and support your Hampton University Pirates this weekend in the battle of the real HU. Armstrong Stadium, 1 p.m. Our Lady Pirates just came off a devastating 73-54 loss last night against the LSU Tigers. There were, however, some good points of this game. Nicole Hamilton scored a career-high 27 points, and Malia Tate DeFreitas added 19 points. This game was the start of a 5-game road trip as our Lady Pirates play Texas State on Saturday, so let's hope for a win. Our men's basketball team also played last night. The Quinnipiac Bobcats topped the Pirates in a close 71-68 win. Hampton led by 12 in the first half, but just couldn't hold on to the lead. Devon Maxwell was a key player in this game, scoring a team high of 14 points with 5 rebounds and 4 steals. The Pirates' next matchup will be in the Corpus Christi Challenge as they take on Missouri State on Sunday. Hopefully, we'll come out with the win. And now it's that time we've all been waiting for. 45 seconds of NBA and NFL actions. You guys ready? Let's hit it. Earlier this week, it was a battle for the ages. Watch this big-time run by Cam Newton. Just look at him go. The Carolina Panthers held off the New England Patriots 24-20, surviving a Tom Brady last-second comeback attempt. This goal line interception sealed the deal as time expired, and both the Panthers and the Patriots moved to 7-3 on the season. Last night in the NBA, the Indiana Pacers handed the Knicks their 8th loss of the season. Carmelo Anthony had a monster game, putting up 30 points and 18 boards. But there's a new superstar in the Eastern Conference, and he goes by PG4. Paul George dropped 35 points along with 5 steals and 2 blocks, and Indiana picked up their 10th win of the season. The Pacers are tied with the San Antonio Spurs for the best record in the NBA. And that's your 45-second national. Totally off topic, you guys, but did you know that Portland is second in the West and they're 10-2?
I'm not going to lie to you, Sydney. I've been sleeping on that team completely. I had no idea that they'd even won a game yet.
I believe we all have.
Yeah. And Hampton University's Marine and Environmental Science Department is making waves throughout the Hampton Roads community. Megan?
WHOV reporter Keely Howard follows the story.
Although small in size, the Marine and Environmental Science Department is making huge changes both locally and nationally to bring awareness of environmental issues. The department will host their annual teen conference next spring at the Virginia Aquarium and Marine Science Center. To kick off the event, students attended a team building overnighter at the aquarium.
I participated 2 years ago when I was a sophomore, and I'm really excited. I'm kind of bummed we weren't able to do it last year, but I understand we really didn't have the capacity, the amount of people to do it. So it seems like we're going to have a really good crowd and get some good ideas, and hopefully we'll be able to get a lot of students to come out and participate.
The night continued with the showing of IMAX film, Under the Sea, and a glow stick scavenger hunt to help students get to know their way around the aquarium. By the end of the night, groups slept in the Red Sea or with the sharks.
It was cool being able to look up at all the fish and see them swim around. Feels like that there's not glass, and like when you look up you can't even tell the water if there's really water because it kind of seems like you're floating. It's just really cool.
By the next morning, students explored more of the aquarium. The teen conference will be held in April and will discuss topics that relate to our everyday lives. This is an event you won't want to miss. I'm Keely Howard, WHOV News.
You know, Megan, it's absolutely great to see students that are so passionate and care so much about what they're studying to do something like that. That was very interesting.
And it's very cool. I wish I was marine science. Just kidding. I love being broadcast. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Key.
And I'm Joshua Senegal. On behalf of the entire WHOV News Watch team, join us again next week and have a good night.
I'm not talking about broadcasting. You know, just playing everybody.